I mean, for sure, you can't sleep on it, but it's just tough, right? Yeah, he has the names, right? He beat the names, and you can't deny that. It's just moments, and it's just names. It is one of the greatest names for sure. That he beat in history, but the man is doing what he's supposed to do. He's lining people are lining UFC are lining people up for him. And he's just knocking them down. So fair play to him. He's going out there doing his job.
He's knocking everyone down. To start things off, Max Holloway has just warned Islam Makhachev against ever fighting Ilia Topuria, as he believes Ilia is simply unbeatable and in his peak form right now. Conversely, Dustin Poirier mentioned he is unsure if Ilia Topuria could beat Islam Makhachev, though he would absolutely pay to witness it. He did mention that Ilia might typically walk around at 190 pounds regardless.
Islam?
I'm not saying he can, but I would buy the pay-per-view.
I'd buy the pay-per-view
Yeah,
too.
I'd buy the pay-per-view. It's be a tough one. I've never seen Ilia in person, first of all.
Right.
I know they say he's big, he walks on 190 pounds and all that stuff, but I've been in there with Islam, and that's a big dude.
Yeah.
I just think that size difference would be huge, but the guy's got fast hands and great technique. He can knock anybody out.
Right.
I think 45, 55, even 170, he lands clean, he knocks anybody in those divisions out. I think 85 would be tough just because they're so rangy.
Yeah.
For him to get that close and use those techniques he uses, he has really good uppercuts and hooks, those short kind of punches, it would be hard to do against a big guy, but 170, 155, 145, you get in front of him, he'll put you out, I think.
However, Islam is also strong and compact. Poirier thinks size could be a main factor, but praised Ilia significantly. Speaking in an interview, Poirier hailed Ilia as a top fighter, saying his boxing could be the decider if he defends the takedowns. He believes Ilia lands with more power and precision.
Ilia is one of your favorite fighters to watch. How do you think he would do against Islam?
If he can stop the takedowns, I think his boxing's better than Islam's. I think he's a bigger puncher.
Yeah.
Islam's technique is getting a lot better on the feet. He's kind of crafty and elusive. When I fought him, he fought at a weird range, but I think the size difference is just too much.
Yet Islam's strange distance and better striking render him difficult. However, Poirier considers size potentially Ilia's greatest obstacle in the cage. Holloway stated Ilia Topuria beat major names and deserves credit, though timing also counts. He noted people concentrate on figures such as Volkanovski and Charles Oliveira without digging deeper.
I mean, for sure, you can't sleep on it, but it's just tough, right? Yeah, he has the names, right? He beat the names, and you can't deny that. But then, when you look, it just sucks that with everything that's going on, when you look at that Volk fight, with that Volk coming off of what he did, that's kind of crazy. But people just look at the name, they're not looking at the record. They're just looking at, oh yeah, Alex was the champ, and then me, and then Charles did what he did. But Charles was on him, what was Charles on? A 1-fight win streak, so.
Volkanovski, he observed, wasn't in prime form when he fought Ilia, and Charles had just a single fight streak when his name came up. Max felt people disregard context and simply spot champions and big wins. It is mainly about the timing and how circumstances all align. Max acknowledged that defeating Volkanovski is a massive achievement.
And it's just names. It is one of the greatest names for sure that he beat in history. But the man is doing what he's supposed to do. He's lining UFC are lining people up for him. And he's just knocking them down. So fair play to him. He's going out there doing.
And one of the premier names anyone could secure on their fight history. Despite that, he noted Ilia is merely fulfilling expectations, taking on anyone the UFC positions opposite him and prevailing. Max extended him respect, mentioning Ilia is consistently arriving and getting things done against the greatest names in history, but the man is just doing what he's supposed to do.
More of a concussion from the Islam one. Even though I was knocked out longer with Ilia, I had a lot more of the symptoms than that with the Islam one. I should have had the break.
Furthermore, Alexander Volkanovski weighed the striking abilities of Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev, noting Islam's blows felt more severe. Despite Ilia rendering him unconscious and holding him on the mat longer, he claimed Islam's strikes gave him greater post-concussion symptoms. Volkanovski clarified Islam's punches generated more intense lingering effects, making the total toll feel heavier on his system. In an interview, Max Holloway additionally commended Islam.
Makhachev, what would you think? Who would win?
I mean, bro, it's hard to go against Islam. His fighting style is a tough one. You know, he likes wrestling. He likes striking. Now he's falling in love with his striking. It's hard to bet against Islam. At the end of the day, if he gets it, that's cool, but probably not. He has Volk and Diego driving down the door right now, so I think they might keep him down.
He stated selecting against Islam Makhachev is not simple. He clarified that Islam presents a tough challenge since he is adept at both wrestling and striking, and his rising confidence in striking renders him more formidable. Holloway noted that while an Ilia Topuria title shot would be thrilling, it might not materialize straight away. He highlighted that challengers such as Alexander Volkanovski and Diego Lopez are already close to the line's front.
I think, Islam has such a big size advantage, and if he, distance kicks, takedown, rinse and repeat, if he continues to mix those things up, I think it would be a difficult fight for Ilia, but from what I saw, it wouldn't surprise me if he was able to put Makhachev's lights out too.
Thus, the division could postpone Ilia's chance for now. So I think it might keep him down furthermore. Benail Dariush stated he still favors Islam Makhachev against Ilia Topuria due to Islam's build and his capacity to merge range control with grappling. He feels that if Islam uses his kicks and wrestling smartly, it could cause Ilia many serious problems.
Avoid you? Is he scared to fight you?
Listen, I think that he took a great decision. If the UFC would offer him to fight against Justin Gaethje or another contender in the division, I think that he would stay at 155. But with me coming up, he was like, I don't have to take this risk. I'm gonna move up to the 170. I'm gonna try to get another belt, and that's all, because he knows that I'm dangerous. He knows that I'm gonna put him to sleep. Even Khabib. The only reason they don't want me to fight against him, because they know that I'm gonna be.
Nonetheless, Dariush also conceded that Ilia's power is genuine, and from what he had seen, he wouldn't be shocked if Ilia knocked Islam out. They'll go the same. It could be lights out. Nonetheless, Ilia Topuria asserted Islam Makhachev is shifting to welterweight to dodge a bout with him. He declared if the UFC had presented Islam a match against someone like Justin Gaethje, he would have remained at 155.
The Volkanovski twice. People still say, if you beat small guy, it's not your weight division. If I beat Topuria, it's gonna be the same. Everybody gonna talk same. But if I go up, takes a second belt, this is...
Ilia feels Islam perceives him as a grave threat and understands he would be knocked out. He added that even Khabib Nurmagomedov doesn't wish the bout to proceed, since everyone knows he would triumph. He often receives criticism. He observed that even after beating Alexander Volkanovski on 2 occasions, his victories are still belittled by claims Volkanovski was a smaller fighter from a lower weight class.
Ilia Topuria.
If Belal would have won, Islam would have fought Ilia. That was the plan. He would have fought Ilia. 100%. Like a lot of people saying all this stuff. He would have fought Ilia.
Hunter went over to Dagestan.
2-3 weeks.
And
I sent him to Dagestan.
You sent him 2-3 years? Forget?
I said, Islam said, I will not fight Belal. But, Belal ended up losing. Islam fighting Mandalay. I truly believe Islam is going to beat him.
I don't know
where
the fight's going to take place yet.
I can tell you. It will take a place in the U.S.
Really? Okay.
In a big arena. One of the biggest arenas on the planet.
Makhachev stated that should he, defeat Ilia Topuria, those critics will probably reiterate the same point, claiming he only beat another smaller combatant. This is huge. Yet Daniel Cormier claimed Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria are eyeing each other like 2 contenders gearing up for a match.
Turning to 155 is a real stretch for me. I think that Islam is going to be a lot like Ilia, which is, hey, this is great. Thank goodness I got here. Most unpleasant experience that Islam has had in the sport is just beating the scale of 155. I'm very confident in telling you guys, if Islam has success at 170 and becomes the champion, that whatever dreams you have of Islam versus Ilia haven't gotten closer, they got further apart. If you have a dream of seeing Islam versus Ilia, it's very unlikely. But the best way to get there would be if Islam was to lose at 170.
He disclosed that Dana White verified a major bout involving them might occur if Islam secures the welterweight championship. Cormier likewise highlighted Islam's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, who revealed on the Pound for Pound program that if Bilal Muhammad had fallen to Jack Della Maddalena, Islam had been previously scheduled to challenge Ilia. Islam Makhachev is unlikely to return to lightweight, since reaching 155 pounds has always been his greatest hurdle.
Islam wouldn't want it, right? He wants to fight legit contenders, and he's had like featherweights, ex-featherweights, late notice guys, replacements. He wants to sort of solidify his title reign, but probably is no bigger fight than Ilia, right? If he goes and batters Ilia, it looks pretty good.
Do you think he beats Ilia?
Please, guys. I don't know. To be honest, I've ruled him out a few. Oh, we're gonna get run. Hello.
About to get ran over.
Good.
Sorry. My bad.
I don't know. Every time I've ruled him out, he proves me wrong. So I'm not going to do it again. Yeah, I was going to say, I think Islam wins and he gets ironed out.
He feels that if Islam secures the welterweight title, a clash with Ilia Topuria gets even less probable. Chael Sonnen noted that the sole feasible path for that bout is if Islam fails at 170 and chooses to drop back down, noting returning to 155 is a real stretch for him.
Just what I've seen personally too, just like hand speed, the tricks and the way he plays this with his striking game. I believe he's definitely capable of catching Islam. And if he catches anybody, I believe he can knock them out. I believe his power might even carry. Not saying that his size and things like that, he can move up to like those higher weight classes, but if he catches it, the way he hits it, somebody even in the bigger weight class get hit like that, he can put them on.
Arnold Allen stated he gets why Islam Makhachev could be hesitant to face Ilia Topuria, implying Islam wishes to defend his title versus more proven contenders. He pointed out Islam might prefer not to take on another smaller combatant, though he acknowledged Ilia poses a risky challenge.
And the reason I think Ilia will do really well against Islam is that Ilia's wrestling is far better than Volks's. And clearly, you could see what the Holloway.
Allen remarked that defeating Ilia would elevate Islam's reputation given Ilia has previously defied public opinion. Still, he forecast Islam would probably keep the match in check, so I'm not going to do it again. Nevertheless, Jamahal Hill voiced firm conviction about Ilia Topuria's prospects against Islam Makhachev. He highlighted Ilia's rapid hands, diverse striking, and potent knockout skill.
Moving up to lightweight. If he does fight Islam Makhachev, how do you think that fight goes?
I think it'll be an interesting matchup because I look at Islam's very good about using his length and throwing the body kicks. So are we going to see Ilia Topuria catch a kick or a takedown and start grappling with him? I doubt it. Ilia Topuria is a better boxer. We saw what Islam could do against a good boxer when it comes to Dustin Poirier.
Noting that if Ilia lands flush, he possesses the force to end contests even against larger opponents. He is definitely capable of catching Islam. Bo Nickel declared Islam Makhachev the current top pound-for-pound fighter, but acknowledged Ilia Topuria is a serious threat. He referenced Alexander Volkanovski's showing in his initial Islam bout.
Fights Ilia. I mean, I think there's definitely a size difference. I think Ilia is a lot smaller than Islam. Islam is a big lightweight, a tall lightweight, and he's good in every area. However, Ilia's definitely got the edge in the striking department, and Ilia is very, very, very patient. Now, if he's able to not get taken down and he's able to just patiently break down Islam with those big shots that he lands, the big punches that he lands, it's going to be a good night for Ilia. But I think if Islam gets his hands on him and gets him taken down, I mean, grappling with 145-pounders is a lot different than grappling with Islam, who is one of the best grapplers that we've seen in a very long time. He's strong. He's great at doing damage and getting good positions. I'd have to give the edge to Islam just by size, by strength of schedule thus far and defending the belt, but I wouldn't count Ilia out.
As evidence that someone like Ilia could also contend well in grappling and the overall fight. The reason I think Ilia will do really well against Islam is that Ilia's wrestling is far better than Volk's. Demetrius Johnson voiced his views on a prospective bout.
What would have happened if Ilia fought Islam this weekend?
Islam Makhachev.
He would have beaten him?
By TKO.
Oh, wow. Really?
Oh, I mean, that's a different level of fighters.
You think so? Wow.
You can't compare Ilia versus Islam.
Really? I have Ilia #1 pound for pound now.
Yes, because Islam not champion anymore right now.
Right.
But when he get the second title, he's gonna be pound for pound. number one.
So you think he beats Jack?
He beats Jack.
Yeah.
Became a pound for pound number one. I'll be pound for pound number two, champion lightweight division, and then beat Islam and became a pound for pound number one.
Wow, I love it. You have it all
between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, deeming it an intriguing pairing. He highlighted Islam's effective use of his reach and leg kicks, but wondered if Ilia could seize one of those kicks and use it to initiate grappling.
Very good fight for watch. So, but I think Islam is like, you know, right now he got his, you know, prime time, and nobody will stop him. Couple more years, I think.
Johnson expressed doubt, stating Ilia is clearly the superior boxer, but reminded fans that Islam has already shown he can deal with top-level strikers like Dustin Poirier. Ilia Topuria is a better boxer. We saw what Islam could do against a good boxer when it comes to Dustin Poirier.
I think Topuria might upset him. I think he has the ability to upset him. That first Makhachev-Volkanovski fight was really close. A lot of people thought that Volkanovski won that fight. So, you know, I think the blueprint is out there for Makhachev. And I didn't think he looked that good in the last fight versus Dustin. I mean, he looked beatable. He didn't look like invincible. So, you know, I think that'll be an interesting fight. Who do you got in that one?
Michael Chandler offered his perspective on the bout, highlighting the size disparity as Islam Makhachev is the larger lightweight. He lauded Islam's grappling prowess, but observed Ilia Topuria holds the edge in striking.
Topuria has been grounded in.
I think that'll be the key to the fight. Can Makhachev get him to the ground, or is Topuria slippery enough to get away? Because he did get taken down in a couple of his fights.
Chandler stated if Ilia maintains the battle standing up, he holds a genuine chance. However, Islam's experience and full game make him the likely favorite fighting Ilia. But I wouldn't count Ilia out. Arman Tsarukyan stated that had Islam Makhachev met Ilia Topuria at UFC 308, the contest would have ended by knockout. He is of the opinion that Islam represents the division encompassing Islam and will emerge as the leading combatant worldwide.
It's a crazy fight. You know, we talked about that. You know, Yusuf obviously at 145, he's on the tear. He's making his come up, and he wants that Ilia fight so bad. They already fought once, but we were talking about if Ilia goes in and knocks out Islam Makhachev, like how high do we put him on the GOAT list? Right? Like to me, I'm like, John Jones is number one no matter what. I don't think anybody can surpass John Jones for a long time. Obviously, it would take a ton, but everyone in my circle at least is like, man, if he goes and knocks out Islam after knocking out Holloway, after knocking out Volk, he's got to be up there, like top three. And he could do it. I think people, like, he's been knocking all these people out. People really sleep on Ilia's grappling. He's a super high-level black belt with really good submissions, really good wrestling. And so I think people are saying, oh, he'll get out-wrestled, but he has great wrestling. So, man, I don't know. I would have to go with Islam because he's bigger, and I think weight maybe plays a factor when you have two really highly skilled guys, but that would be an absolute banger.
So what's your take on this? Put your views in the comments below and be sure to sign up and like if you enjoyed the clip.